further to this question and answer that I did the other day about how can I use Word's print layout view for accurate document formatting. Now, I see this a lot where people have the print layout view in Word. This is essentially, if you were going to print a book out, this is what your book's going to look like. And they mess about with the formatting to get it to fit to the actual page layout itself. Let's say a book that's 8 by 10 or A4 sized, something like that, okay. And though you can do that, it's not the best way to use Word because it's missing a fundamental aspect with Word, and that's one of the reasons why we use styles. Because when you use styles correctly in Word, the Word document becomes reflowable. So it's almost like if you've got a Kindle, let's say a Kindle device or a Kindle app on your phone, and you change the font size, and the book will repaginate accordingly, okay, depending on the size of the font you use, etc. So the pages will continue and continue. And that's what essentially your Word document is. Now, let me show you here, okay. Here's a book that I hope to finish and publish soon. How to write, format and self-publish your first book on Amazon using Microsoft Word. And this is 8 by 10 trim size, 8 inches by 10 inch trim size. The page count at the moment is 179, okay. Now, as you can see here, I've got the show hide characters turned on, so you can see these pilcrows at the end, but what you'll never see in my documents is you'll never see pilcrow lines of them like this, because as you can see there, it pushed published by Russ Crowley down onto the next page, and that's why you don't want to use them. And this is the importance of using styles. Now, though this is what we see in print layout view, because my page setup is size 8 by 10, my margins are 1 inch all around, and the orientation is portrait, okay, and these are the settings throughout the entire document. However, the actual settings itself, this isn't what Word sees. This is just how Word represents our document to us. What Word actually looks like, if you click on the View menu and then click on the Outline button, this is what your Word document actually is. It's like a long, never-ending scroll, like a kitchen roll, that kind of thing. So you can scroll down, and as you can see here, it's basically, I mean, if I get rid of the text formatting option, then all it will be is just unformatted text all the way through, like that. Okay, you still see a bit of an indent, but this is essentially what Word's working with. And then it's only when we go to the print layout view does Word have to take what you've got here and then make it fit. So let's say, for example, now if I change my page setup from 8 by 10 to, let me go to A3, just A3 scaled, whole document, and then I click on OK. And nothing's actually going to happen here because this is what Word's working with. And here's my styles, as you can see in the left column here, everything's got its own style. Now, I've changed the trim size, the page layout to A3. So now let's go into print view. We can do that by clicking on outline and then close. And then it'll take me back to the print view. And there it is in A3. So my page count, hold on, it's just going to take a few seconds to update. As you can see there, my page count's gone from 179 down to 91. But if I go to my introduction, let me zoom in. Introduction starts on a new page with the spacing above as set in the style. Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, likewise, okay? So again, the page size is irrelevant. I don't know why that's gone over there. That should be left aligned. And let's say now, for example, I want to change to A5. So I click on A5, and after a few seconds, it just takes a few seconds to update the entire document. And now I've gone to A5, and it's telling me that the page count is 151. I thought it'd go to more than that, to be honest with you. No, it's gone to A4 for some reason. I probably clicked on the wrong button. So let's change it all to A5. And again, just wait a few seconds. And there we go. So now what's the page count? (283) pages. But again, if I go to section 4, chapter 4, I hate using the word section for parts of the document, chapter 3, chapter 2, again, the pagination is correct. The pagination looks fine because the styles have been set up correctly. So regardless of whatever I change the trim size to, let's change the margins from 1 inch down to 1/2 inch. Make sure that it's gone in the whole document. There we go. And again, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. And as I scroll through the document, again, the formatting is still correct because I've set up styles correctly and I've applied them correctly in the document, and the document will flow. You'll get things like here where there's the white space under my title information is entered as follows, but that's because of the image size. So what I would do if this was the final, after I've been through and edited, if this was the final go through, I would work out that I can, if my images can 3.2 inches is the maximum size I can get it on that page. So that I would now go through, redo this image and make it 3.2 inches at 300 dpi, and then do insert pictures, this device, or quite simply just right click, change picture. And that's all you need to do. So what I'm trying to say here is if you use the styles correctly, your actual page size is irrelevant in Word. As you've seen, I can just change the margins, I can change the trim size, I can even change the orientation. And it doesn't make any difference to my text because that's not what Word focuses on. That's not how Word actually functions or operates, okay? So I can do whatever I like there and it's all going to flow correctly. There's not going to be any like erroneous or extra page breaks and things like that because I've built it all into the template or into the document correctly, okay? So right, so let's now put this back to portrait. In fact, let me do it in the page setup because I want it in the entire document. So we want 1 inch all round, and we want that in the whole document. We want the paper to be 8 by 10, whole document. And we want the layout, section start, to be odd page breaks. We want different first page. We want different odd and even, and it needs to apply to the whole document, and we're on portrait. So then we click on OK, and again, Word will go back to how it was before. So there we go, introduction on its new page, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and the page count hasn't updated yet. Okay, we're now at 183 pages. Okay, it was 179 originally, so I'd need to see what's going on there. But it's likely to be, because when I change it to A5, the page count shot up to 283, but also for, let's say, thinking of the table of contents, which is now going to start pushing things down, okay? So that's why there's probably probably a discrepancy in the page numbering, okay? But that's going to be an easy fix. But I'm still writing this anyway, so, and I have to update all the images. But I hope that illustrates, again, the importance of using styles, and when you use and apply them correctly, how the actual page itself, the page size and everything else around that is irrelevant. Okay, thanks a lot.